Process Ways and Means Committee meeting on Tuesday, February 7th at 4 o'clock. Roll call, please. Present.
Here?
Here.
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 Here. Thank you. Are there any changes to the agenda? See none. Is there a motion
Approve the agenda?
Pardon me?
I'll move to approve.
Okay. Support. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? See none. Carries. Public input. This is time for public input.
Minutes.
Oh, minutes, excuse me. Is there a motion for the approval of the minutes for February 7th? Any discussion?
Nope.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? See none. Motion carries. Public input. At this time is for public input. Anyone wishing to address the committee at this time, please do so. See none. We're going to move on. Petitions and Communications. Item 1, Bay County Sheriff 2023 Marine Patrol Safety Program.
So moved.
Support?
Any discussion? See none. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? See none. Motion carries. Item B, Drain Commissioner, rescission of the Resolution 2022-281.
So moved?
Support.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item C1, Mosquito Control Tire Shredder Agreement.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion? Yes.
I just want, when is that? When is the, do we know when that's going to be? That's all. Just for the people to know. More than me.
We'll have 2 tire collections, can't be advertised yet till the document's signed with Eagle for a grant that we received for it, but likely the first Saturday in June at Bay County Mosquito Control and the first Saturday in August at Fraser Township Hall.
There we go.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? See none? Motion carries. Item 2, Mosquito Control Purchase of Insecticides.
So moved.
Support?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? See none? Motion carries. Item C3, Mosquito Control Light Trap Contracts.
So moved.
Support.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? See none? Motion carries. Item C4, Mosquito Control Addendum to Existing Fixed Wing Aerial Larvicide Service Contract.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion?
Yes, I have a couple of questions. This will be a fall aerial treatment, okay? So how was that need found?
Through our surveillance program. So our mosquito control program is based on trapping, adult mosquito trapping, and we've determined over the course of at least 6 years in our program that this particular species of mosquito called the Coquilitidia perturbans is growing in immense numbers along the shoreline in Hampton Township. So our intent, as we've seen these numbers grow, is to minimize the risk to our residents for public health purposes because it has the potential to spread mosquito virus, and also just to the extreme nuisance of the number of mosquitoes. When you get 10,000 mosquitoes in a trap, that's a really elevated number of mosquitoes. So through our trapping of what's called emergence traps, CDC traps, larval surveillance, that's where we've determined this species, the numbers, it needs to be controlled in some way in the larval form, that we're not getting good enough results simply through adult control with the foggers in our truck. So this is a project we've been working on with surveillance for at least 6 years, getting the numbers to support this, and we'll continue the surveillance into, starting the spring into the summer to guarantee it needs to be done this fall.
So there's always a problem in that area, correct?
Correct. It's the shoreline area. This particular mosquito species, which has always been around in Bay County, but it's a mosquito species that breeds with emergent vegetation and permanent water. So it has nothing to do with rain, like we're thinking of with mosquitoes. So what we're seeing is with the growth of cattails and Phragmites in Bay County, and the water levels, they raised real high, then they receded, and now they're raising up again, now starting to recede. We're seeing along our shoreline areas this species of mosquitoes growing in immense numbers, like we don't see with traditional mosquito species. So again, we would want to do a little more surveillance this spring into summer, but our intent is likely to do a project this fall.
Okay, and so the estimated cost is?
The estimated cost for the aerial contractor would be $12,000. So for this project, it's what we'll call a pilot project. We want to see what sort of results we get with it. If just doing a controlled area will minimize the numbers to make a significant difference to our residents. So for this project, we would expect $12,000 for the aerial cost. And then it's probably towards $50,000 for the product. And again, we're hoping to see through this project that our numbers are reduced significantly, and we can grow it perhaps along the shoreline and just determine if there's a need to continue doing it for future years. So we want to see the results. The results we would see if we do a fall 2023 treatment, we would see the results in the summer of 2024.
Okay, and the contractor is out of Breckenridge, Michigan?
Correct. So that's the contractor that we've used at least for 10 years in Bay County, 15 years in Bay County.
Have you checked others?
Yes, so it goes out to a bid process, and we selected this contractor through a bid process as well. I think that was last year. For the past 2 bids that we've done, it's been the only contractor that has bid for our aerial larviciding contract. So our contract we have is for this granular application of insecticides. It's just that in one of the details of the contract, it says it'll take place in spring. Well, we're seeing that we might need to do something more than just spring, so we're trying to get some language added to it so that this contractor who's got experience with our program, it's a sensitive area working near the Saginaw Bay, they have all the FAA licensing, insurance, everything on record here with Bay County, and was selected through the bid process. That's why we want to use them, and we just want to get this additional language in there so that the pricing is included in there as well.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
And that's millage, that would be millage.
That's all funded through the mosquito control millage, and it was budgeted for 2023.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, seeing none, motion carries. Item D, Health Department. Travel for the National Association of County and City Health Officials, 2023 Preparedness Summit.
So,
Support?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, seeing none, motion carries. Item E1, Personnel Director. Agreement with Brown & Brown as Bay County's insurance agent for workman's comp and excess liability insurance coverage.
so moved.
Support.
Any discussion?
So we've been with them for a while. Is this somebody we've had before, or is this a new?
So Brown & Brown, we've had them for a couple of years. There's 2 different Brown & Browns. One is handles our health insurance. This is a different Brown & Brown that we went out for bid for a couple of years ago on.
Thank you.
Is there any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. Item E2, Personnel Director. Agreement with Brown & Brown as the Bay County's insurance agent for workman's comp. I already said, excuse me. Item F1, receive the analysis of general fund equity, 2000.
E2.
Pardon me?
There's a two.
E2.
B2 here.
E2, agreement with Midwest Employers Casualty Company, under Personnel Director.
Oh, yes, right here. Excuse me, it's my fault. Agreement with Midwest Employers Casualty Company, seeking approval.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, seeing none, motion carries. Now the financial officer. F1, receive analysis of general fund equity 2022.
Motion received.
Support?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. F2, receive updated regarding executive directive 20.
Support.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. F3, finance director, agreement with Brown & Brown as bike.
So moved.
Pardon me?
That would, we're on the wrong one.
Wrong.
And for some reason, he's back.
Oh, back up.
Big County.
Am I in payables?
No, F3, Bay County Audit, F65 Audit.
I'm missing one here. Oh, F3, Bay County Audit, F65 Audit.
So, support.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. RFQu release of Animal Services Adoption Center Project Manager.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Oh,
Yes.
so I guess I just want to know, there's different talks about work, what we're going to ask them to do. I guess there's a couple different options of if they're going to locate the same position or add on, or, I don't know, is there any update on what we're going to ask them to do, I guess?
Francis, do you want to? Sure, so we've started to draft a scope of work. It's architecture and engineering. Francis can elaborate on the request further.
We're asking for a couple different options from them. One is a new build and one is a renovation. New build, right now, we're trying to figure out where the land would be for a size of this project. So we have a very rough draft of a scope that we've been working on specific to animal shelters.
So we had the consultant in, this is a different person, different group would put.
Yes, this is for the, let's get the boots on the ground and get somebody in here, and the
Yeah.
feasibility study has been done, now we got to get moving.
And millage funded.
Any other discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. F5, Reason 3, Homeland Security Grant for new firewalls.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Payables, general.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Any referrals this time? Is there any unfinished business?
Sort of.
Yes.
So we had the proclamation for the 4 chaplains that were killed during World War II. And they had a ceremony at the American Legion, so I got to present the proclamation that we put together for that. And it was a nice ceremony, and remembrance of the 4 chaplains who gave up their life jackets to save 4 soldiers. So, thank you.
Anything else? Any new business? Council, is this a need for a closed session?
There's not, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Is there any miscellaneous?
Yes. Miscellaneous. So the bridge issue is going to start coming up to our table here pretty soon. So I think we might want to try to get some talking points together so we're sort of on the same table. I know we've had some calls already. They had a session last night at City Hall. I know they had a lot of public comment there. So maybe we need to get together and get some talking points and say, we shouldn't just say, it's not us.
That's one too. It's not us,
That's not a good response, probably.
but it's true. It's not us.
And also, I invited a spokesman for them to come speak to us at our meeting here in February. She couldn't make it, so maybe down the road, maybe after March 1st, when things start to happen, they might be willing to come back and speak to, so we have a broader audience. We have TV, so people can see what some of the answers are that they have. So we'll see if we can follow up on that, because our phone will be ringing shortly. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else? Is there any no announcements?
Yes, I'd just like to thank the Board of Commissioners for the sympathy card I received on the death of my nephew. Just want to let you know, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay,
Motion adjourned.
Support.
all in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.